Hello everyone, welcome to this section. In this section, you are going to learn Introduction to Class. What is class? Why we require to create a class structured program in programming languages. You are going to learn now. Let's begin the session. A class is a user created blueprint. So for an example, we want to create a building structure. For the structure, we'll take a blueprint. How the building outline. It may be once it is developed a building, how it would be shown in a pictorial representation of blueprint. The structure, floors and rooms, where it will be available, all we'll see in a blueprint. Similarly, a class is user created blueprint program structure in programming languages. Also, we can call it as it's a prototype from which objects are to be created. Why we are going to creating a class and objects inside a class and all? It's a specification and it's a provision to reusing the code repeatedly again and again. Object-oriented programming will tell you in all the program, it may be parameters, variables, functions, methods, all will call it as in a object mode. Whenever we create an object, we call the class functionality and will use. So classes provide a means of building data and functionality together for an application. So the functionality will help you to reuse a number of times same code, like the same programming logic code again and again where the program is required entire your application. Creating a new class creates a new type of object, allowing you creating new instances of that to be created repeatedly. A number of times you can call the class into different objects, and you may initiate by calling these instances to creating new calling of methods and passing parameters and avail the functionality same repeatedly. So this way we'll create a classes in the object-oriented programming. In our next lectures, we'll see how to create a basic class. There you will identify very simply a simple class keyword will use and creating of class program. So see here a Python class view. Not only the Python, a class approach and a class view is very common for all the programming languages, where syntax is only the different. So where you have to, if you are having any existing ideology about the class, you will very simply cope up this lecture. If not, anyhow we are starting from scratch, so you will be by writing class keyword, making a syntax based approach and creating a class functionality in Python. So see here, class is having different type of properties. A few we are seeing here. Creating an object, we simply write a class keyword to writing class program. Inside a class, we create an objects. The init method, it is called like by default in Python, it is defined underscore init underscore open and end parenthesis would be called as init method. Whenever we are declaring this init method means this method is going to be initialized at first level inside the a class. Whenever we are accessing this class, it will be called at first. The second one, methods inside the class, creating objects and creating object properties. There is no limitation at all. Different type of properties will create here. Properties may be private, public property and protected to making more securing these objects and creating a secure environment of code. Class variables. So inside different type of variables we'll create for the use how we will in basic programming of Python, how we created a variables. Similarly inside the class also we'll create a variables. We may call it as, it may be class objects and instance variables. So many instances. Maybe a class is having many of instances. Many of methods also we can call it as class instance. So creating whichever the logic you require inside the class, yes, you may prepare it. You may have the class inside multiple classes, or else parent and child classes, which are having a inheritance concept with what we are going to be discussing. How the parent properties are having, child is going to be inheriting the properties, the qualities of a parent. Similarly here also parent functionality is going to be inherited in child class. Also we can call it as subclass. So these all things we are going to be discussing in this particular class. So I hope in the immediate lecture we are going to creating a very simple base class and simple method inside how it is. So let's begin the session. Thank you.